Welcome back, Classic Conversations. I'm fresh and I'm black. This is Miaya.
And I'm black.
And that is Vic, and he's definitely
black as hell.
Nigga, black as night. And then we got Marvin behind the camera, who is Peruvian. And then we got another nigga over here.
Jesse, who is
a light skinned nigga.
Black and Mexican.
Oh, you black and Mexican? You Takashi?
Yes.
Nigga
middle name Enrique.
Is that really?
Yes.
Jesse Enrique. What's your last
Enrique.
name? Okay, don't say it. Don't say it on it.
Yeah.
We have to bleep that out.
Yesy.
Yesy.
Nigga, stay.
His grandma called him,
fool.
Mijo, I miss you.
Oh, man. So it's a good. Here we go. We got
my goddamn grandma.
No, because he really, Mijo, I miss you so much. How are you doing?
All right. So the word nigga is obviously.
Who can say the N word? That's the question.
Well,
who can say the N
who
word?
can say it? But see, his grandma say nigga. But mainly,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, obviously it's a conversation about everybody, right? All races, but with the emphasis on blacks and Latinos, and sometimes the lines get blurred. You hear a lot of. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say it. I've heard white boys say it like that shit is cool. That's a definite like check moment. Like, hey nigga, don't say that. I've heard Asians and Filipinos,
Middle Eastern people who fucking look down on black people and hate us. Them motherfuckers say.
And that I feel worse about whites and those like.
Nigga, yes.
Middle Eastern people
hate black people. They look down
I'm saying
on us.
they say nigga.
Hell
like the
yeah.
the younger ones, yeah, they be like, yeah, nigga, this nigga.
Nigga, I'm leaving out of work last week. It's we have to, because we in a new building, so they moving shit in. It's one of the movers. This nigga's Middle Eastern. He's on the phone arguing. Nigga, I was helping. Nah, my nigga, I was in the studio. I went and found this boss. I said, excuse me, one of your employees is having a really vulgar conversation right here. Oh, y'all snitch. Got that nigga up out of here.
Who got fired?
I don't know, but you're not gonna be saying like I'm at work, so I really can't even get at you like that.
Your boyfriend over there, like you told? He said you snitched.
I don't play. If you are not black, do not say nigga around me. I don't care what situation we in, what area we in. I don't even care if we at a concert. Like, I do not say that shit around me. Like, that's out. I don't play that shit.
And we are talking about the word nigga and not nigger, because she'll switch it up every once in a while.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all seen...
Yeah, hell yeah. Cause I said, excuse me, one of your employees having a very vulgar conversation, and I'm offended by the words that he's using. He was going up on somebody. She's like, nigga, I vouch for you, my nigga. I be in the studio, my nigga. He was saying it every other word. I was like, bro. Oh, yeah, now you gotta go.
So, yeah, I definitely don't like that when, like I said, Asians and Filipinos, that irritates my soul like no other. Obviously, white people, especially if they think that it's cool to do it. Like, they think that they're cool enough to do it in your presence.
But see, I don't think it's that. I really think that word is like a part of our culture, and like it's in music, every other word. And I think we've made it cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, at my old job, this white boy would tell me, like, I was like, damn, bro, you really my nigga? He was like, I've always wanted a black person to tell me that. Like, that makes me feel so good. Like, for them, it's just, it's like, we've made it something cool. We've taken a word that was literally used to, like, mentally just tear us down. And we've made that shit cool. Like, we do everything. Like, we set the tone for everything in the world, period.
That's cool. But sometimes we be allowing people to get too comfortable, you feel me, and toe the line with shit. Because, so, like, I got a white homie, he from Denver, and that's like my dog, you feel me? So he hella cool. Bro is damn near like B-Rad from Malibu, nigga.
So you let the nigga say nigga?
No, I didn't let bro say nigga at all. But bro got comfortable one day and said, ooh, something, yeah, my nigga. And I told bro, like, bro, I will slap the shit out of you. I mean, you feel me? Like, I will tell, and that's like one of my close friends. I told bro, like, bro, if you ever let that shit come out your mouth again, nigga, I will slap the taste out of you.
And it probably just slipped off his tongue.
Because he probably said other places.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I feel
like, what you mean? I'm like, bro.
Oh, yeah, he thought y'all, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you know better not ever say that shit to me again.
That's the thing. Like, he probably said other places, but, you know, it's like, every person has their own, you know, feeling about that. I know some people that have white friends who are totally cool with them saying nigga like they gave them the black card. But my thing is,
even if I invite you to the cookout, you still cannot say nigga.
And that's the thing. I was standing in line getting shoes one day, and dude in front of me was black, and the dude in front of him was, that's why I keep saying Filipino, because this moment irritated my soul. He was talking to this other kid, Filipino, and they were having, so apparently he must have gave him the black card, and he was just like that same situation where nigga every other word.
Okay, so was he straight Filipino or was he like black and Filipino?
Nah, he was straight Filipino. Like he was in Torrance, so it was like that, that kind of cool. They subscribe to hip hop, but full Filipino. And he said it after every word, and it irritated me to no other. And I'm looking at the black dude, looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? I guess he know him, so he gave him the pass to say it. So I know there are people that do allow their friends to do that shit.
If you allow that, you gotta be, like, you as a non-black person have to be smart where you use that, because if that was me, I would have said something like, hey bro, you could say that shit in front of him, but I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't like, you gotta be smart about that, because, not you, I'm talking about the nigga who's saying it, because if he was in front of the wrong nigga, somebody would have knocked that nigga out, right. And that would have been that.
And I think that's the thing that pissed me off the most, was the fact that dude thought he was cool enough, obviously, to have that conversation with his boy. But then you also think that you cool enough now that because he's here, you think you just can say it in front of every black person. Like, that shit y'all talk about when y'all rolling in the car together. Don't do that shit in front of me. So, like, that's where that shit irks me, is like, specifically about some of those other races, when they get up on their little high horse and they think it's cool. Now, it goes over to the Fat Joe conversation, where Fat Joe said, he made a blanket statement to which I don't exactly agree with him, but he said, all Latinos are black. And I don't agree with that, because you all, like, for instance, if you gotta go down to Cuba, right, or Brazil, anywhere where they took, African slaves, you have two different sides, right? You have the Spaniards, right, who are white, and then you have the Afro-Latinos or Afro-Latinas who are of African descent. Obviously, one is up higher, one is up lower socially, and so all of them, you can't go and say all Cubans are black. You can't say all Brazilians are.
So if you but you gotta, and this is where people just gotta look at like history though, right? So before the Spaniards ruled Spain, the Moors ran Spain.
Right.
You feel me? So they got Moorish temples in Spain before the Spaniards even were there. So that's before slavery still.
True. So but that would even just kind of take it further that, okay, yeah, then maybe all Spaniards aren't of European descent from that. So I'm saying it's in every culture. You may have, a dichotomy you might have where different races of, different backgrounds of the same people.
If you go to Brazil, one of my coworkers, her wife is from Brazil. She speaks Portuguese, born and raised. She looks like a white woman. So I feel what you're saying, but I think, like he said, there are two sets
like
where
South African,
where like some of the natives there mixed with the Spaniards, mixed with the Europeans. So it's like, if that bitch took an ancestry test, there's no black in her, like, or maybe 3-4%.
Like, I'm saying Moroccan people and South Africans, they're not African.
Right.
Not really African.
But I just think I do understand what you're saying. Like, I feel like they're, like, Dominicans, I do consider them black. Like, there are some...
Yeah, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans,
But at the same time, like, it's just a real fine line with that. Because honestly, you could go back to my Twitter and search Fat Joe. I've always thought it was weird that Fat Joe said nigga, and niggas just let him slide with that. Like, I think that's weird to me. But see, for me, it's just a really thin line.
That's what I'm saying.
With that shit overall.
Is it because he's light? Is it so?
No.
I think
it's just because for me, I know a lot of Hispanics who do not living in LA. A lot of Mexicans, a lot of Hispanics do not like black people. Look down upon us.
Spanish culture is different in LA than it is in New York. Rather than that shit in New York, that shit is a whole melting pot.
But I've even heard nigga, no, not necessarily. I've even heard Hispanic people on the East Coast say little slick racist shit. Like, so it's like, y'all can't use that shit when it's convenient for you. When I'm dating a black man, black men treat us this way, or like just little slick shit that Hispanics be saying. It's like, overall, they look down upon us if hypothetically, not saying your family's like this, if Marvin brought home me, his family would not like that shit. 9 times out of 10, Hispanics do not like when their daughters or their sons bring home a black girl. I've had friends who've been in that situation.
I'm sure most of them. I mean, a lot of them. But then, I mean, that goes back to kind of what you were saying, where it kind of like, you may have certain Hispanics who are have a African background, right? But they may not like black people, right? Like I've literally sat there and had conversations with some Hispanics where they go, oh, we had the lowriders first, we had this first, we had this first, you guys are just copycats, we don't fuck with y'all, right? And it's like, so you're gonna take the whole culture and say it was yours, right? And then shit on us, but then you gonna accept the word nigga. To me, I can't get with that. I don't give a damn if you black or if you are of African descent and you're one of those Latinos who is. You just shitted on black people 100%, and then you take the word. You can't take that word. You can take the rest of the culture if that's what you're gonna do, but you got to leave that word because now since you don't fuck with us,
the culture.
That word now is derogatory. It's not part of the culture no more. Because if you don't fuck with black people and you say nigga, then you might as well be white and saying nigger.
But I feel like you saying that is saying that if they would fuck with the culture and accept us, you would be okay with them saying
if
nigger.
they're afro-latin and they do, then I look at them like they black. I met when I was in high school. This is like when it first blew my mind. Not even high school, junior high. I had a homie. As far as I was concerned, he was black. And he like, nah, bro, I'm Guatemalan. And I'm like, nah, you can't be Guatemalan because you're black. He like, nah, bro, my mom from Guatemala, my pops from Guatemala. I said, that's not possible because I'm looking at you and you're black. And I had no idea of this whole concept of Afro, the slaves and shit. And all I could see visually is that he was black. You're fucking black, bro. You're not Guatemalan. Because I thought Guatemalan looked like Hispanic,
Right. Mexican,
like, yeah. And so in LA, that's all I was accustomed to. And then
but
later in my life,
some
I understood.
Hispanics who look like that. Like if you go to, like I've watched some like Hidden Colors. I watch all them documentaries where they go and they like if you see the art in Mexico, there's art that looks like African people. If you go in Asia, there's art that looks. I'm excuse not Mexican, black people. If you go in Asia in certain areas of China, there's art that literally look like black people with the Bantu knots and all that shit. So we have been everywhere.
We're the original man, obviously.
But I feel like that. I feel like the Afro-Latina shit is just like there are some Mexicans who look black. There are some Dominicans who look black. But then there are also some Hispanics who look down upon black people. Like, nah, nigga, we're above them. So if you feel that way, please don't say this word.
Wasn't it Cardi that did that shit? Said, no, I'm not black. Whatever her right, whatever she is. I feel like it was her. Like when there was somebody that made the statement that, this group are black, and she goes, no, I'm not.
She's Puerto Rican.
And which is black. That's an Afro-Latin group. They literally are the descendants of Latins and slaves, just like we are of maybe whites and slaves coming through, America. Like they come from an African background just like we do. So you can't say that you're not black because that is what it is. But you have some Latins who just say, no, we're not. Our culture is of this Latin culture, and who cares if we came from Africa, the same place as you? We're not, and they just totally denounce it.
So yeah,
I think she
was
leave
everything alone.
Then they should.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck about none of that Afro-Latina shit. If you are not black, don't say that shit. I really don't care. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about if you Cuban. I don't care if you're Dominican. I don't care if you're from the Middle East where they literally will spit on a black person.
So you saying Big Papi said nigga, you have a problem with that?
Hell yeah. The baseball player? Yeah, no. I don't even like. I've never liked that Fat Joe has said nigga. And you can go on my Twitter. I swear there are tweets from
Big Papi
probably 10 years ago. I don't feel like Big Papi's. I feel like you're Dominican.
You don't think Puig is black either?
No, you're Cuban.
So I agree with Maya because like my grandpa is black. My grandma is also black. My cousins are black.
Oh shit, you a nigga, bro.
Like I have black family, and
I knew it.
When you look at them, you're gonna think they're black, but they're 100% Peruvian.
I knew it.
And even though I have family like that, I still don't feel like I have like a right to say the word either way, and I'm not gonna say it. So like if a person to me is from Costa Rica or whatever, and they have black family, but they don't look like they're like black, like let's say like you guys, then why would you say that word?
Also I feel like
it's based on what you look like then.
I think so too, but also nigga is like an American thing.
But what about
but nigga is like but nigga is like an American thing. We have made the Americans, the blacks, hip hop, we have made that cool. So I don't give a fuck that you were born in the DR and you moved out here at 10 and you feel like you're Dominican.
What about their kids? Like let's say if it was a child of somebody.
You're Dominican, but you are not black. Like okay. In that aspect, I guess if you go down and break down the genealogy, yes, okay, you have some African in you. But I feel like the word nigga is some African American shit. Period.
It is.
Period. So if you were
Africans?
Costa Rican, if you were Puerto Rican, Africans really shouldn't even say nigga.
Because they say the fuck out of it. Especially like
I
over
guess
there
that's kind of wild
culture.
for me to even say.
Like Nigerians, I've heard like Nigerian
but they don't
music.
like that word either though. They be offended as fuck by that shit.
So
it's like
I've heard some of that.
Because you know what? They also look down upon us. They 100% look down upon us.
They look down, but a lot of them do. I'll say a lot of them, not all of them. But then they are taking on the black culture over there now, like hip hop music. You know, even though it's kind of this all circle now, because now we're doing Afro beats,
right.
and that's from there. So it's kind of the circle, but they're definitely taking on like this black hip hop culture over there in, like, let's say for real, in Nigeria. So they pick up nigga just like anybody else that listens to hip hop.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. We have made it so fucking cool. Like, I don't know if you know who Nav is. You know who Nav. Nav used to say nigga. Yeah. Nav is Indian.
They checked him for that.
And they're like, oh no, bro.
Who checked, bro?
I don't know who checked him, but the internet was like, hold on, no. And he thought like, well, nigga, even though he's in Toronto, he considers himself a man of color, which you are, and I fuck with Nav. I love Nav, but you can't say nigga. He was like, well, I grew up around him, and they let me, that's cool, but you cannot publicly say that shit.
Does he look black?
No,
he looks Indian. No, Google Nav. That nigga is an Indian boy. He calls himself the brown boy.
He looks like 4am. Just think of 4am. He looks exactly like.
He looks Indian. If you see that nigga, like he look like a little Indian, but he's from the hood in Toronto. And he's around black people. He's done shit where he's in the culture where he feels like he probably feel black.
See, I don't even believe in like. Maybe when I was younger, I believed in the black card. I don't believe in that. Like,
that's just bullshit. Because if I invite you to
give me that, and I'm still not gonna say it.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me a pass for anything.
Like, I'm not.
So no black card for you.
I just don't feel. I really feel like nigga is some American shit, and I feel like I hate to say this, but I really feel like only we can say it. I don't even really feel like obviously Africans will say it, but at the same time, I don't like that shit because they look down upon us. Like if they could spit on us, they would.
But I mean, here's the thing: they look like us. So if it's just strictly by how they look,
but
you might not
African,
even never know.
But they're okay. Not even really looks. But it's really like they are Africans. So like the reason why we're calling like. You understand the name is it came derived from the slavery shit and all of that.
So based on that, what about Nip then?
Nip is black. Nip's mother is black.
So if you're mixed with black, then you're cool. As long as you have black in you.
But Eritrea.
I mean, there's Eritreans that if you're born in America.
And that was the question I have. So if you're African or Cuban and you come here and you're the descendant,
is black,
but you're literally an African American if you're an African born in America.
And that's what I was asking her. If you got like somebody that comes from somewhere else and their parents are Cuban or African or whatever, and they come here and they have kids,
the kids are identify as black more than likely.
You're black now.
Depending on where they grow up, they're gonna identify as black.
So she doesn't.
I don't agree with that. Because I feel like if you. I know people who their parents are from the DR.
So you basically say descendants of slaves are the only ones who can say
that's how I feel.
Okay. What about slavery outside? So American slavery.
And that's what I'm saying. That's kind of where it gets weird because I feel like who am I to tell Africans who are really like the ones that they were calling that shit? Like nigga, you can't say.
I wonder if they was calling niggas niggas.
But that's what I'm saying though. But you saying descendants of slaves, but that just. The ones that got dropped off in America, they were still slaves that got dropped off in Cuba for them to be able to make sure they were slaves as well.
I'm sure
just happened to not be a slave in America. You're just a slave in another country.
No, I get that, but I feel like that's
culture.
That's our shit. That's our culture. That's our. And honestly, I mean, really, if you get down to it, it's probably not something we should say. But like everything else, we made that shit cool. We made it our own. I don't really want anyone outside of like us and our culture to say it. Like, I feel the whole, if you're Cuban, you are black, for sure. If you're, I'm not denying that. But at the same time, I know 90% of them motherfuckers don't really identify as black. Because if I ask a Cuban, what is he? Then they're going to say Cuban. He's not going to say he's black. Even though my mom is half white, my dad is black, but has Creole in it, my mom got at the end of the day, I'm a black woman. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Right, okay.
Like, I had the thing you saying about Nip. Yeah, Nip's Etrian and his mom is, that nigga is black. Like, He's African American. That's just what it is.
Based on one side.
Fresh, but like, what did you say? If you got a drop in it, that's all it takes.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, but I've never seen a problem with it. I don't see a problem if somebody that is Cuban, Afro-Latin Cuban, shit. If you're
if you really
America,
into that shit,
black.
and you really with the little red, green, and yellow shit, and you really identify as a black person, then okay, cool. But if you really at the end of the day, like, nah, nigga, I'm Dominican and fuck niggas and woo,
yeah.
I'm not rolling. No, you cannot say that because you don't identify as a black person.
Well, shit, that's
you're bringing all of that first, even though you are still. I believe Dominicans. I'm not disagreeing with that. But if you identify as something other than black, you cannot say nigga.
So then, okay, because I think it was Cardi that said that shit. Obviously, she said I'm not black, I'm whatever, but she say nigga all the goddamn time. So then we're applying that there too, right?
Yes.
Where's Cardi from?
She from New York, but her people's is, I think she's Dominican. Or
no, she's Puerto Rican.
Is she?
She's Puerto Rican. So that's what I'm saying. If I ask Fat Joe, like, Fat Joe, what are you? 9 times out of 10, I'm assuming that nigga's gonna say Puerto Rican, right?
He's Puerto Rican. Yeah.
So, but that's gonna be his response.
No, she's the daughter of a Dominican father and Trinidadian Spanish mother.
See, Trinidadians are black. Trinidadians are black too. I thought Cardi was Puerto Rican.
You can see
She's
some
Dominican, but she said that. She says
like what?
She's,
like Spanish, like
exactly. Fat Joe looks white.
Yeah, she claims that she's not black. Cardi
so she shouldn't be saying nigga. Black. You shouldn't say nigga.
Even though her heritage
if you identify as like, no nigga, I am Puerto Rican, I'm Trinidadian, I'm whatever, you cannot say that word. That's just what it is.
But she looks black.
But you don't identify. That's not my problem. You don't identify as that.
She got a black baby now, so shit.
Yeah.
So that mean all the white bitches who got half breeds could say nigga?
No.
I'm sure they tried that.
So like Travis and Kylie.
So Kylie could say nigga now.
I'm sure she says it.
Kanye and Kim.
I'm sure she
all
says
them
that.
like hell y'all.
I'm sure when the tape is not on, all of them say
the baby can say it when
the baby's black. You're black. Like Fresh said, and that's how the white shoes look at it. If you got a drop in you, you black.
So, you know, I got a drop in me, but I'm not gonna say it. So then,
because and I feel
I think you're more concerned with how you look, or the fact that people look at you and don't see that you're black.
So wait, what do you have a black grandma or so? Who's
black grandpa? My dad's side.
So there's a black dad.
Yeah.
And your dad black?
Peruvian black. My mom.
You gotta show us a picture.
Guatemalan. Let me see if I find it.
He black like look like us black, or just dark.
He's like. I don't know how to explain.
What is his hair texture?
Like curly and small. Let me see.
Curly and small.
I'm trying to think.
Is that nappy?
I don't know.
He don't know what nappy.
Who else is
textured?
Like Fat Joe. Who else is from New York that is not black? Like African American black.
I have a Big Pun, Fat Joe,
Big Pun.
French Montana.
Yeah, see, French Montana is Middle Eastern.
He's Middle Eastern.
He's Mediterranean. He was
Moroccan.
Moroccan. Yeah.
I don't listen to his music, but does he say nigga?
Yes.
So then why are we not? Oh man, I don't get it. All right.
But I think
that doesn't make no sense
because I just feel. I feel like if I ask French, like, yo, French, what are you? I don't think his first response will be on black.
Nah, I'm sure he's gonna say Moroccan.
He tried to pull the immigrant card the other day. I mean, the little show.
He did?
Yeah, sure. Nigga was faded on stage talking about this is for all the immigrants.
Yeah.
And shit.
Nigga trying to.
Because then the thing is, you could say the same thing about Drake. Drake has a Jewish mom, but has a black dad who's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Right, he's black.
Bingo. But I think if you, and honestly, me being a Drake stan, Drake has an issue with him not being considered black excellence, right? And it's like niggas. So I feel like if I would ask Drake like, yo, what are you? I feel like Drake would say he's black because I listened to his music enough to where the nigga has rapped about for years not being in the same category as Jay, as Puff, and as Kendrick when it comes to black excellence. But it's like at the same time, Drake is kind of the corny black white boy where like you're hosting Yespies and you're doing shit that they would not call Jay-Z to do or Puff or Kendrick. Like I feel like
he's a separate entity.
Yeah.
He's damn near basically like on that level though, to be real.
He is black excellence, but when people talk about black excellence, they don't say Drake. You never hear that, and that shit that bothers him. I hear it in his music for years, and I get it. I respect it. Like nigga, you out here killing it.
Bro is really from Toronto, so it's like.
But there's Nigerians in Toronto. There's
right, but we don't. It's just like you said, people that are not from America. That's not. Just like you said, you don't.
But half the year he was from here. He spent his summers in Memphis.
Now you're being contradicted.
How am I being contradicted?
Because
he's not from. You're right. He's not from here.
He's not from here, and people that are not from here. This is an American thing.
I do feel like it's an American thing. I feel like if you don't identify, if
Bro says nigga a lot.
for sure.
So that means that he falls under the category of he shouldn't be saying it to your standards. That's basically what you said.
But I don't. It's a little different with him because because he spent half of his life out here too. You can't just say that.
You just say you don't care about the little kid who moved over here when he's 10 and grew up saying nigga. You said
no. I'm saying if you're
Drake get a pass.
Sick business, man. Drake get a pass. Sick business.
I did not say I didn't care.
I'm really infuriated by this whole French shit. This nigga actually grew up in Morocco until he was 13, and didn't even know English until he moved out here. So
that's
he
crazy.
learned English in high school and I guess he learned nigga when he learned English.
Stop.
God damn.
I'm trying to think who else. But yeah, honestly, I've always had an issue with Fat Joe saying nigga. And he's like, nah, he Puerto Rican.
She ain't gonna get that up. Huh?
He not. Nah. And he just said he was black. He said Puerto Rican.
Because if I pull up on a nigga and be like, black. Yo, what are you? He is not gonna say I'm black. That nigga gonna say I'm Puerto Rican. So if you identify with that first, do not say nigga.
You don't know what his elders look like. You don't know if they dark skinned or not. My mama just as light as Fat Joe, and I'm this color.
Fat Joe way lighter.
Not that much lighter.
Fat Joe was damn near white, bro.
What does that mean?
I'm saying he's lighter. If I saw your mom, I would know your mom is black.
My mom presses her hair. People think that
your mom still looks like a black woman.
Okay, but some people think she's white.
Some people think my mom is white. Some people think my mom is Mexican.
And that's what I'm saying though. You don't know what type of lineage
for sure
he has, so you can't really say. And then
my point
is he has African in his blood.
But if he walked in here right now, I'm like, yo, Fat, like, oh, Marvin's Peruvian, I'm black, Vic is black, Fresh is black.
Right.
Fat Joe, what are you? That nigga gonna say I'm Puerto Rican.
That's the only picture.
That's your grandpa?
No, that's my uncle and my aunt.
She look black. He looks Hispanic.
He look Hispanic for sure.
So it says right here,
Hispanic.
based on Wikipedia, that most sources estimate that about 60% of Puerto Ricans have significant African ancestry. So then not all Puerto Ricans. So it's also the same thing. So we can't just make a blanket statement and say Puerto Ricans are black.
The girl you thought was black, you said she looked black. She was really black.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like
that's not
family
his.
member. Yeah, that's his cousin girlfriend.
So when you say black, you're just saying darker skin. You're not saying like have African or from African descent.
I think
he has some African descent because there's no way.
But that's how some Mexicans look.
Look at
like
Mexican
they have that brown look and that wide nose. They look black.
The hair.
Because you got like in India, you got people who like are very, very melanated, but they are absolutely not black. They're just really dark Indians.
But shit, you go to the Philippines, you go to Thailand, them motherfuckers be my color. And got the same eyes that I got a little wider nose than me. Look, okay, nigga, you're black.
Yeah.
But I just think the nigga thing is African American. I don't know if, and maybe I need to do my history check on this. I don't know if the slave owners in, London were calling them niggas or niggers and all that shit. That I don't know. I'll have to do my history lesson. But I honestly feel like niggas is some African American, it's some America shit, and I feel like we've made it cool where we say it. And I feel like songs like My Nigga, it's kind of hard for white people to not, or non-blacks to like not say it like that. Like, I get it, because the shit is cool. Like, nigga, white people love, and I'm like, yo, you really my nigga. Like, they that's like.
You said nigga a lot today, too, just in your own dialect.
Just in your
own. Look what we're talking about.
No, I'm just saying, just
yo, nigga,
like,
nigga said a lot of niggas in her own nigga dialect, huh?
So this is my question to y'all. Can Rachel Dolezal, the white girl who identifies as black?
She is not.
She's an idiot.
I mean, based on...
I really feel like that, though, because I feel like she really committed to this role. She in the NCAA doing her look. Fuck.
Look, well, here's the thing. Based on today's standards...
She's still in NCAA?
No.
Yes, in her local area, she is
really?
Yes!
Not no more, they dropped her.
No, she was, but what I'm saying is, she was so committed to that role. She was in her local... She was a leader of the local NCAA.
She definitely committed 100%.
She wanted to get closer to black dick. That's it.
Hey.
I don't know if I'm going that route.
That's all she was trying to get.
She's more committed than us.
I don't give a no.
Okay,
you're not. First off,
that's definitely quotable.
What? She
just wanted to be closer to black. Okay. That was a quotable.
I think so.
But you know, but based on today's standards with this whole trans shit, right? Like, okay, let me not say, based on you can be what you want to be.
You can identify as whatever.
Whatever you feel like.
Right.
Shit, by that standard, she feel like she was black. So that what is that? Trans racism now?
I don't care if you feel like
trans racism. Trans
not.
raciality.
No, because if you get booked,
nigga Dave Chappelle said, "Well, what if I'm just black and I feel like I'm Asian and walk around like this?"
Right, exactly. I'm Asian.
The cops on, the cops
They
don't
don't give a fuck about that.
I'm not writing that shit down.
Nah, we got an Asian man who driving while Asian. Nah, not
exactly.
a chance.
Nigga said, walked around like this.
Your eyes are already chinky like that.
Exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
Well, I guess we didn't.
Don't say nigga if you not black, and if you say that shit around me, I'ma slide on you. I don't give a fuck where we at. That shit is
don't
unacceptable.
Don't need a girl around me. True player for real. That's my nigga for real. Look. I was saying if you was gonna finish it.
I was like, ask who we asking again? I forgot. All right, Classic Conversations. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you're not a black person. Do you say nigga? And if so, why do you feel so comfortable? We're gonna come find you.
You should have hit her with the regulators and see what she said. That's what you should have did. That's like